So,
The
so
disappointed
yeah.
guys have to win
So
the role.
basically, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of people take our like things serious, and I get what your point is. Like, why wouldn't you? Because we don't like really hint at joking and stuff like that, right? Like, we never say LOL and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like, I feel like people are like a little bit too gullible
Hell, maybe.
sometimes. What?
Well, the thing is, there is something called Poes Law, over the internet. You can't tell what's serious and what isn't,
Yeah, it's
because
a
you
lot.
can't tell in text.
It's hard to tell from a couple of 140 character tweets, some of which is even taken up by just the person's Twitter handle. It's hard to tell what someone's tone is without, like you said, with an LOL or something. It's a lot easier to tell with that over speaking. Like right now, when you guys are laughing after you're saying something, I can tell that probably you're not taking it seriously. But when you're
Yeah.
talking over Twitter, it's a lot harder to tell if you're serious or not, especially since in the past, Maximus, you have been heavily criticized for not being all too nice to some people in the UHC community. So I can understand why people would take it seriously when you continue
Yeah.
to not be nice to
You know
people.
who I am?
Well, some people haven't been nice to me. Like it's sort of just like fighting fire with fire. That's sort of my motto
I
in
know.
life.
No, Oprah knows who I am.
What?
Reggie Poe, who I am? Oh, have you heard her name?
Yeah,
All I
he's
know
way
from
worse.
you is that you seem to be the only other person that likes or,
Well,
Oh,
agrees
awesome.
with
Do you want
Did
Max's
to?
you hear about
tweets.
I faked my own suicide last year?
Yeah. Do you want to? Yeah. Tell Reggie about faking your own suicide.
Well, you wrote the whole thing, Max.
Wait a
Everyone
minute.
thought it was...
Hang on. I
Well,
think I remember
well-
this. Were you the person
Yeah.
who pretended to text someone from your phone as someone who found your body?
Yeah, that was him.
This
Maximus
is
wrote
starting
the
to
entire-
suspiciously sound like those Just
Well,
a Prank
awesome.
Bro Sam Pepper videos.
Yeah, honestly, like awesome. Just tell them no, just tell them briefly like the story of it. Like, don't include names, but
Maybe say why you did it.
I have
Yeah.
no idea. Honestly, like, I came up with the idea, and then I tried to get.
well, no, but tell them what built up to it, right? With Tony Spurrow.
You guys
I don't
know
Is this about his sister?
Yes.
I remember. I don't.
So, Maximus told me one time about Tony Sparrow's sister. I went back in his Reddit activity, copied a bunch of his things, reposted them a few months later on the community post, and then people started to catch on, and then we made a whole story out of it. I ended up killing myself. But I didn't want to do this towards the end, and because we had
I mean,
JDB in
Well,
too.
yeah,
I mean, I get
JWB.
humor's subjective, but the fucking nut shack is funnier than that.
Well, like I think JWB's mom. Okay, his mom makes 13,000 a year. Okay, like you can't expect.
You just someone really came up with that idea.
Yeah,
then
and
he
he ended up posting it too.
And then I didn't want to do it at the end, but Maximus insisted on writing the entire thing and then post it on a community post on my account.
I don't recall that's how it happened.
And you did.
But anyways, basically like
Oh, you guys also
JWB.
know- You guys also know
Jay-
Ambient 4?
Well, JWB wears the same jeans every day, so
So
his
you're
mom
saying,
can't afford more.
So you're saying that because he's poor, he's a bad person? I don't get
Yes.
this one.
Essentially.
How
I mean, it's not really his fault that he's got
Awesome, would
born
you agree with
poor.
this?
He's not actually poor. It was just
Well, we haven't confirmed yet, Awesome. Like, don't,
like a year
don't
ago.
jump to conclusions.
But you guys know Maximus is recorded around Ambience.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, well, Reggie mentioned that in the video, I think, right? About the respawning thing.
Yeah, I made a
Yeah,
We Are
but-
number one, but every one is replaced with Maximus respawning himself, and I gotta say, that got me a lot of attention.
Nice.
And
Like, okay.
and you know, season 4 was the last season.
Yeah,
Hey,
season
wait, no,
4, where he respawned himself in the first episode, that caused some backlash, and then you and
Um,
Katie were going at
also-
each other for a while.
And there was also a new
Yeah.
player,
I remember that.
Alan the
Yeah,
Giant.
Alan the Giant, yeah.
That was
Basically, yeah, basically, yeah, that was awesome.
And we didn't use. We bought a whole new alt account because I was so hated in the community that he didn't even want. He did not want my username.
And we
Or-
were, like, friends, right? So that's telling a
So-
lot, right?
I did a fake like
Right.
voice for the first episode, then just forgot about it. It was the best. operation we've ever had to do.
Yeah, honestly, I think it was the best poll on the UHC community, and I think up until and that just proves another thing, right? Like up until this time, we didn't want to admit it, because I was so worried that Ambience would get hate because I let Awesome play like on and all and stuff, right?
That's
But
a
now,
reasonable assumption.
since I've seen the light, like I don't have a problem with it. I'm coming out clean, like I'm open, because I don't care anymore,
gay?
right? Like, well,
Wait, did you just
well,
say weren't you 10? That's even worse, bro.
I'm sorry?
what?
That's
What
what do you mean that's
saying,
even
Awesome?
worse? Awesome.
Yeah, what?
You're
What?
saying being gay is worse than being in the UHC community?
No, you guys didn't hear. You guys missed what I said. I'm not saying it again.
Okay.
I'm not
okay.
sure I want to.
Yeah, what? Okay, anyways, let's change the subject. Alright, so,
Okay.
but yeah, like, I just, like, I think that people in the UHC community, like, okay, Minecraft isn't even the main component of the community, you know? Like, the Reddit,
True.
socializing, the Skype, like, that's probably more, like, important to people than actually, like, doing well in a UHC, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, the reputation and all that, like, that's way
Oh,
more
definitely.
important.
Look
I'll
at
agree and
Ren.
disagree at the same time. There are some people which that is not true.
Yeah,
Did it-
that's true. That's
There are
true.
people in a round recently, I'm not going to
And-
talk about obviously, but someone didn't have a good game, so they threatened to leave and not upload unless they
But they
did
did
a
leave
redo.
and delete their footage.
Yeah.
And like the main thing I hate about this is like how people in this community like look up to people and like think they're like the shit and like I want their TS. I want to talk to them just
Yeah.
because they're game and like can move a mouse and like type some keys on the keyboard, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
like kind of like when
They're just
When-
regular like real life people sitting in their rooms like drinking some Mountain Dew, eating some Doritos, you know?
yeah, like Dibs, like he has a chode.
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, Dick has a shit life, so I wouldn't really make fun of him. I doubt either of you follow his rant, but I do, and I just gotta say he's
Oh,
gone through
no.
some serious shit. So
no,
Perhaps
like we
not.
don't make fun of him, but no, he said
I want to
one
say
of
on
the
that. I
videos-
want to say on that point. I want to elaborate without going too close to Dibs, because obviously, other than Cobra, not much of us know too much about Dibs. I want to say sometimes
He's a
for
nice guy.
sometimes for gaming and online communities, some of these people. I'm not making assumptions about specific people. But some of these people could be, bullied in school or not have a very good house life, and they might not really
Yeah,
have
like-
that many friends in real life, and that's because they can't. And they come to an online community where they play games with people. They make friends online that actually will like them because maybe they don't, like the same stuff as some of their IRL, quote unquote friends. What I'm basically trying to get at here is the way you guys go at insulting a bunch of people under a general umbrella of they play Minecraft often is there's a reason that people are very disliking towards you because of this, and I think the main reason, which you guys probably obviously know, is this is maybe one of their only ways of stress relief. I mean, for a middle school or high school student, they probably don't
But-
have that many, friends or ways of
but
stress
see,
relief.
See, that's what annoys me. Like I don't know. Like for me, I guess I haven't like really gone through that. Like I don't have friends, but like I don't really try to to make friends.
And again, I want
Right.
to interject here because someone's gonna leave a comment or someone's gonna yell at me saying, "Yo, you're saying all people don't have friends." I'm not saying that. I'm just saying some
Yeah,
people.
no,
could.
yeah, I got yeah. But like I don't know, it just kind of annoys me because like I feel like sometimes that is the case, but I feel like sometimes people are just like they don't try at all. Like they're just totally antisocial when they
mean-
could actually have the opportunity to like make friends, do stuff. You know?
I mean, I know a lot of people who do balance. I'm not gonna leak specifics here, but I know a lot of people who have large groups of friends both on and offline, like Slow, Len, Coolest, that entire group really.
Tyler seems like a pretty ripped guy.
Oh, Dawson, yeah, he's stacked. I don't follow his rant,
Okay.
because like don't really know too much.
Okay. Anyways,
Steve Fiasco so much.
yeah, I do hate him too with a passion. But
Oh,
anyways,
Zfig? Yeah, he's not very nice to me.
No,
but-
no, Fiasco.
Is he
Oh, Fiasco? I don't know who that is.
Fiasco.
I mean, neither of those are particularly nice guys, but I don't really think this is about them.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, like I don't know. Do you guys think that? Like, do you guys think that there's a type of person out there that like just doesn't try, like they're kind of antisocial, and then like
Absolutely, but
they,
I don't.
you know,
I would assume that they're in a minority of this group of people, and I don't think it's fair to judge an entire group of people under the umbrella of some probable people.
like black and Mexican, like that kind of minority, or like what do you mean?
Like,
I
as
mean, as
in,
far as the
they're
UHC groups, the UHC group goes, and the UHC Reddit, I think the type of person that you are describing is a minority, as far
Oh,
as
okay.
however many people there are. And I make this assumption because the UHC community has been around for what, 3, 4 years,
longer.
Five.
Yeah, for long
longer
years.
than that,
Almost
and
5.
people have been changing over that time. And I imagine a lot of people are kind of suffering the same kind of thing I did, where it's not you guys where you choose, where you're like, hey, I don't want to do this. It's they're getting burnt out. And I think for some people that happened a while ago. And I think there's a lot of people that, I mean, obviously there's still a lot of people that play public games, like 5 a day, which is, I don't know, you do you.
Yeah.
But
See,
again,
like
like they
back in
can't
the
let it control their lives, and I don't think it's fair for you to paint everybody in the community or a majority of people in the community under the umbrella of what some people probably are.
I, okay, I get your point. That's a reasonable point, actually. Yeah, that's true. But I feel I kind of don't agree though. Like I feel like that might be like I feel like it's a minority. It's definitely not the majority of the group of the community, but
But
I
you still
feel like
feel it's fair to
it's
paint the entire group or
no,
majority of the group with the same brush?
no, I don't. But I think there's more than what you're saying. But like and then like you get people like Tuxedo Penguin, right? Like I know he's like really shy or whatever, but
Well,
you
that's
know.
not really his fault. He kind of has things I'm not going to mention,
I'd
but
rather
he
not
has
talk about
definite things.
specific
Yeah.
people and their specific problems right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
just
I'd feel like a
One of
shitty
my
person if I
problems
leaked his rant. So
is speed Minecraft.
what?
Kitty is just like a really weird child. Don't you agree, Max?
Again, I don't want to touch on specific people.
By the way, what were we talking about? I wasn't listening.
We were just talking about how I don't want to touch on specific people and their specific problems.
right,
I'm
but I
sorry
know
about
that there are a lot of people, and I mean, would you say I'm fairly well known in the community, and I have multiple
We
friendships? Would you
well
say
that we don't really care about that.
But would you say that? Would you just say yes or no?
I don't know, like, and that's like, but like that's I think what Austin touched on before about like well known. Why are people categorized as known or not? Like because if they like, and that's another thing. Like people would judge people if they have friends or not, basically online. Like,
I mean, that's true in real life too.
Yeah. Clicks
well,
are everywhere.
so
Everywhere.
you see
It's basically a high school.
so you see a guy with no friends and then you bully him.
People
Is
do
that what you're
that.
saying in real life?
A lot of people do that.
I mean, I
But
don't
a
do
majority
that, but I
people
don't do that online
A
either.
majority of people would probably just not talk to that person, which is probably why they don't have friends. They don't talk to people, and that's what it is with online. The more popular people, they talk to a lot of people, they're liked by a lot of people. It's exactly like your average
But-
public high school.
But I tried to talk to people and like people don't like me.
I mean,
Well, you're not
why
really.
do you think that is?
I'm just speaking from
Well-
observation here because this is the first time I ever actually talked to you, but you don't seem like you put up the most, the nicest front to people.
You think
Like-
like this in life?
yeah, and that's something that pisses me off. Like people are like, oh yeah, I bet you have no friends and stuff. Like we don't act like this in real life. Like we put on personalities online for like just to get a rise out of people, to get attention. You know?
But then you just
So
ask the
you do
question
this
of
for
why.
attention.
I, yeah, exactly. You do it for attention. Then does it or did it bother you when you started doing this, or when you do this stuff?
Well,
Does it
like, I
bother you
didn't-
that you're not really liked for that?
Well, I don't know. Like at the beginning, it did. Like when I was trying to do like recorded rounds and stuff, like it did then because I was kind of taking stuff seriously. But like towards the end and like now, it doesn't bother me, right? Because I'm not really worried about that anymore. Because I've come through the other side. But awesome. Like, does it bother you or?
No, it doesn't bother me that I'm not liked by these people here because like it's not gonna have an effect on me if they don't like me. like I used to really care. Like if I get like banned off a TS, like a main group of friends or something, I'd be so pissed. And
And
like
why did you
Eric-
stop caring about that?
and like it's just like I don't even talk to those people anymore. So it's like, and I know other people like that too, and it's just not a bother. It's just funny at this point how people can get so mad.
I'll kind of attest to that. I'm gonna put in my own personal anecdote here. When a while back, I think in August or September, I got removed from a group, and to me that was a huge thing for me because it had been like my friend group online for a year. But then I realized, it's not worth getting mad over. So I'll attest to the fact that it shouldn't really be worth getting mad over that some group of people don't like you. And I think, the
Well,
popular
because
cliques, I have always found popularity cliques to be ridiculous in middle school, high school, and now obviously online. But
yeah, well, because you realize like now, like how dumb it is to get upset over like stuff like that. Like in real life, okay, I get that. Like especially if you see the person regularly, like you're gonna get mad if like awesome, like your girlfriend breaks up with you. Like obviously you're gonna be upset.
yeah, I would say it's different. I would say it's
But you're
certainly
gonna be upset, right?
I would
Like
say it's certainly
online,
different for like high school because you're forced to basically interact with these people or at least be near these people every day. And I'll
exactly.
see your point that it's different because online, obviously, you don't have to
You
be
can just
near these
block
people.
them, right? Yeah,
The
you
only
can just
problem
block them
is
or turn it off.
the only problem is online there are still times when you might have to interact with a person. Friend groups overlap. There's a lot of shared friends. I know I have plenty of friends that are still in the same group that I got removed from, but because a couple of people in that group have a very strong distaste for me, I can't really do stuff with that group. And that kind of bothers me a little bit because I want to enjoy stuff with my friends, and then that kind of holds me back from being able to. So I can see where some people are coming from, where they might not want to be disliked by a lot of people because it would stop them from doing occasional things with their friends. It might occasionally affect what they wouldn't do normally.
Have you ever tried to F5 in real life?
Yeah, you're talking pretty loud. Like you said, you had to talk quietly.
This is definitely not loud for me.
Oh,
Cobra can probably
okay.
attest to this.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty quiet, but I have my phone volume turned down a bit.
Oh, okay.
Like,
But yeah,
I know-
no, I agree.
For me, like it would start to like mess up like my mind. Like I'd honestly like be walking home from school and then like walking from the bus stop, and then I'd like try to F5 or Optifine Zoom in real life. Like I'm not even joking.
I
That-
can't really attest to that.
Like, did you press like the F5 key or?
I like squinted my eyes. I was like, what the heck? Like,
So you're like
I,
a
like,
so you're like a chink.
using F5 like to see if I should run away. Oh, it's a whole time ago.
See, this is what we talk about, like addictions, like this stuff right here.
Yeah.
And the thing about Bad Fan, we both have strong feelings towards Bad Fan, but we won't mention that. About Bad Fan posted one time about how he walked home from school and he was looking at license plates for UHC usernames. Like, in my opinion, that's just sad. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but there's a reason he's like that. So I'm not gonna go into it, but I follow his rant, which you guys probably don't.
Like, does
But-
he have like?
We're
does
not
he
gonna
have
go into
problems?
we're
I'm
not
not
gonna
gonna
go
go
into
into
reasons. We're
specific-
not gonna
But
go
like-
into reasons.
But like you're saying this for each person, but like eventually we're gonna get to a person on our list here, and you're not gonna have reason for him, right? You know what I mean? Like, there's not reasons for
potentially-
everyone.
I agree. There are some people that maybe have a problem. But again, I think what this all boils down to is your whole argument with Help the Kids and your whole
What the
argument.
hell was that?
What?
What was that?
What was what?
Someone like, I don't know. It was a sound. Anyways, keep going. Sorry.
Your whole argument with the Help the Kids. And even when you started tweeting at me like you were about to call me too far gone, as you call it, when you said, you look 18, 25 years old, why the fuck are you still playing Minecraft? I think your entire, quote-unquote campaign is completely based on assumptions. Unfair assumptions at that.
Norton.